Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a brand spanking new Crafty Simulations video. In the last two live videos I was promising that there was going to be a new helicopter featured on the channel. And boy, I wasn't kidding, because this is the Miltech / Blackbird Simulations MH60 Seahawk, Blackhawk, Jayhawk, whatever you like to call it. It's a big ass helicopter and I'm going to try and fly it. So welcome back to the channel, and oh, this one's a beauty. I know I don't feature too much in the military aviation world because this channel is set up primarily for general aviation. However, I do like to branch out every now and again into the military world and see just what's what. Now, I have featured things like the Typhoon and the the F-22 Raptor and the Apache. But the reason why I don't tend to feature those military aircraft that often is mainly because I can't guarantee they're that realistic. I mean, how realistic is an F-22 simulation? Nobody knows what an F-22 really handles like, or really looks like, or its full capabilities. If you want military simulation, I'd totally recommend DCS. Funny enough, DCS has a Black Hawk on it as well. But anyway, every now and again, something does slip through that is really, really good. Now, this is definitely one of those things. It's the Black Hawk, and it is amazing. I have flown this thing now a couple of three times, and I've just been blown away by the level of depth that goes into this whole product. It is absolutely something amazing. There are three versions of the Black Hawk here for us to play around with. It is the MH60, not the other versions of the... There's many differing versions of the Black Hawk or Seahawk or the Jayhawk. We do have quite a few of the Americans here. We do have a lot of the international community that uses the Black Hawk or Seahawk helicopter. We also have the Air Sea Rescue. I think they're the Jayhawks, which is basically the same helicopter, but we have got a multitude of different variants and different repaints. I've got to walk around this thing because I have to get rid of these bits because I will forget them, and then it's bad, and bad things tend to happen. So we've got to go around. It's a good thing they painted them red, that's all I can say. Let's get rid of the engine covers. I'll take a chance to have a look at this thing. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's not polished, it's not pristine, it's not just come out the factory. It is exactly how I'd expect it to be. I can almost smell the thing. Let's get rid of those sensor covers. I presume they're sensor covers, a sub-description. We'll walk around the back. Stabilizer. The rather famous off-canted tail rotor here. I do like the repaints. I mean, this is a repaint that came with the helicopter. Like I said, there's a lot of them. Three different versions of the helicopter and a lot of variants, a lot of repaints for each one of them. But yes, that's a very effective repaint. Remove that. And I think that just leaves that. Engine covers removed. Let's remove that. I think the different versions have different bits we have to remove. But just look at it. I mean, look at the plastic. Oh, the glasswork here, the artwork on it, the effect. The battered nose. I mean, yes, if you look really up close to it, you can see obviously it's not a pristine line or anything like that, but you just walk back to a more realistic distance, it just looks so brilliant. The sensors look really good. I mean, that just demonstrates what this aircraft actually performs, the roles it performs, the anti-submarine reconnaissance, maritime reconnaissance. So let's move in and let's see what this thing is actually like. So, moving on to the inside. I mean, it does look a very intimidating helicopter. Let's have that down first. Read that. No. Thank you, that's better. That's the rotor brake. Apparently you do need it to start the helicopter. I've been starting it with the rotor brake off. But anyway, like I say, it does look a very intimidating helicopter. If you compare this to the R66 of which we was just flying, yeah, well, obviously, it's night and day difference. But it is a big utilitarian helicopter. Still in service today in many different countries. Got a fuse panel back here that is not clickable. That's fine, I can live with that. I know some people like to obviously If the fuses don't pop, then it's not realism. Well, unfortunately, I do. I'm not one of those kind of people. But yeah, just look at the amount of controls on this thing. It's just really, really complicated to look at. I think there was a civilian Black Hawk flying. I know it's a YouTube guy. I can't remember what his name is now off the top of my head, but he's got a Black Hawk that was converted from the military use. It was retired from the military, from the US Army, I think it was. And he turned it into a sort of luxury transportation helicopter for him and his mates. I mean, you can hold an awful lot of people in the back of these things, and he's done this. And he can fly it himself as well, so amazing. So anyway, let's get rid of... we don't need that. So yeah, it does look complicated. Now, I am going to start this up from memory. I'm probably not going to get things in the correct order. I know I have a little bit of an issue when it comes to starting things and missing things and all that nature. But I guarantee this thing will be started up. So anyway, I'm going to pause the video here, just get myself ready, and we shall rejoin when I try and start this monstrous thing and get it airborne. What could possibly go wrong? Right, so welcome back to the cockpit of the Black Hawk. Or Seahawk, technically. Let's get this thing started, shall we? Let's just make a complete hash of this. Right. So, oh no, I need the battery on first. Battery. Need my mouse to be actually responding. That'll be really nice. So we can turn on external power. So that gives us a generator outside. Just making an awful racket. Right. Anyway, let's get back to this. APU, have that boost onto that. We'll turn the generators on. We don't need them just yet. External power is on. Battery is on. We'll turn on our onboard APU. Just going to knock the audio down just a touch. Chibi allowed helicopter. Right, so let's get some electronics powered up. Auto for stabilizer. Fuel pumps. Click the wrong button there. Fold master, fold to spread. Turn on our screens. Just checking our messages are correct. They are correct. Right, so turn that back over to this. APU is on, that's correct. Hydraulics utility pump is now on. Ignition to on. Heater to on. Washer's not needed. Lights to both. Flash. Right. Fuel pumps coming through to crossfeed. And I think we're just about ready to start. I'm going to actually get rid of the rotor brake. I'm not sure whether it's actually needed to be on or not. Obviously we do need to be spinning some rather large blades. So we're clear on the left side, clear at the front, clear on the right. There's our generator that's currently making an awful lot of noise, about to make a lot more noise in a minute. Looking for this. Rotors are spinning. Start the right engine. That's coming up. All the greens. these around. Low rotor warning with RPM, that's correct, so we're spinning up. So what we will do now is APU's coming off, external power's coming off. And now we'll let the helicopter spin up. I think. Still got that warning. I don't know why I've got that warning. Keep pressing the wrong button. And for some reason I've still got this as a failure. Hey, that's the buttons. That's what I needed. Alright, so utilities on, external power's available, don't need prime boost is on. I think I can turn that off now. And there we go. Finally got the Seahawk ready to go. So we will be turning our tail wheel off, lock off I should say. Oh boy, this is a whole different kettle of fish to the R66. I don't think I've ever had to taxi a helicopter to a runway. Very different to the R66. This doesn't do anything quickly. I'm just going to stop here because I want to turn off my boost pump, which I think I've forgotten about. Okay, well, boost pump's still on then. Right, so we're going to bring ourselves into the hover. Feeding in the power. Just getting a feel for the way the helicopter handles. Tweak that audio a little bit more. I'm sorry if it's blowing out the your hearing. This is a very, very loud helicopter. So let's get it going then. Building up our airspeed. Nose coming back. .120 knots, and we are definitely rocketing. It sort of reminds me of a Chinook in the fact of it's a very big, deliberate helicopter. You don't do anything quickly with this thing, you have to think everything through. And I suppose sort of it does fill the, well, the role of the big helicopter like the Chinook quite well. Unlike the R66, this is built for 2024. There is two different versions. I purchased mine from Mil-Spec themselves. From Blackbird Simulations themselves. It is a kind of a co-venture between Blackbird and Mil-Spec. Mil-Spec obviously being responsible for the CH-47. So they do know their stuff when it comes to making big utilitarian helicopters. There is technically three variants, or there's two different packages you can buy. You can buy the package which only has the helicopter for 2020 and 2024, or you can purchase it with both simulators and a mission pack. Sort of the same kind of thing the CH-47 comes with. There is a price difference, obviously. I don't have the mission pack. I don't want to test myself landing this thing on a helicopter, or landing this thing on a back end of a destroyer or frigate. I'd struggle to land it on an aircraft carrier. But, if I'm honest, it's stable and it is pretty much a joy to fly. Great sound pack to this aircraft, this helicopter. It sounds spot on. Again, I would wholly recommend, if you're going to get into rotary aviation here on any of the sims, get yourself some rudder pedals. I know in helicopter terms we're to talk pedals, but a good set of rudder pedals will make these helicopters come alive for you. I know you can fly them without, and I'm not knocking anyone for flying these helicopters without rudder pedals. There was options in the simulator to allow you to do that, but you won't get the full fidelity and control of this helicopter, of any of the helicopters, unless you really have a good set of rudder pedals. Now, I think I mentioned in the R66 live videos, I think it's, I can't think of Vorsk, I can't remember who makes the controls, but somebody has made a retail version of, I do believe, the MH60 collective and stick. Which, if you're getting serious into your flight simulation in helicopters, again, really does take it to the next level. I don't. Okay, I do obviously fly mostly aircraft. If I had the money, I can see myself purchasing the full flight controls for a Black Hawk or Sea Hawk, because this helicopter package is freaking amazing. If you are into your heavy helicopters like the Chinook, you've got to try this one out. It's really good. Still say, if you want to get to really look at your simulator, general aviation aircraft are the way forward. Underneath the cloud cover, nice low and slow, I think is the best way to do it. But an even better way is get a helicopter, because you do get to see everything just a little bit more realistically. I can definitely see myself featuring this helicopter in more videos. I don't normally like to feature multiple military aircraft or helicopters more than a couple of times, but this is something else. Obviously here in Britain we don't have the Seahawk, or the Black Hawk, or the Jayhawk. In that role we have the Merlin, replacement of the Sea King. But I do believe at RIAT this year there was Sweden's Seahawk, or Black Hawk it would be for Sweden. So we do get them every now and again for air shows. sort of see the visibility is not the best. I mean, the R66 has great visibility. The Black Hawk here does not. In the way the hood shroud covering the screens does get in your way of what's directly in front of you, but we're doing good. We'll land on our tail wheel first, or what you call it, a tail wheel on the Seahawk. We'll just taxi ourselves into the parking spot. I still cannot believe just how good this helicopter actually really is. It really does make me want to go out and purchase the CH-47, or better known as Chinook. You might be thinking it's a very complicated helicopter. It is compared to the helicopters I normally fly. But to be honest with you, there's a checklist inside the tablet as usual, and there is numerous videos now available if you want to watch on YouTube, people that know a lot more about this helicopter than I will ever. And they'll actually go through with you all the buttons you have to press to get this bird started up. And you can hear the different sounds. That's because I'm having to add a little bit of throttle for want of a helicopter. So lifting the collective, I think it is collective. And it changes the angle of the blades because I'm pushing forward to get the helicopter to move. So that's why you get that differing slap effect from the blades as they start going into the airflow. Right, so we are back in our parking spot. We'll turn Trackir off. Our fuel system. We'll turn that auto off. Let's turn these off. Again, I'm not doing this correctly. I know I'm not. I know there's probably people out there screaming at me to do things a little bit differently. So fuel systems are off. We'll not put the generator on, or the external power. Put the rotor brake on. So there we go. Blackbird Simulations MH60, in this case the Seahawk, is rapidly becoming one of my favouriteest helicopters here on the sim. I know it's military, I know it's not really for my channel, so to speak. I would like to branch out every now and again, but I think this is something else. I really do. I really do favour the R66 and the Jet Rangers. There's the aircraft and helicopters that would fly in the general aviation world. And like I said before at the start of the video, I've done videos on, I think it was the F-22. That's not going to be a realistic representation. I'm not knocking, I can't remember who made the F-22 in the sim, but I'm not knocking them. They've produced a very, very good product, but it's not going to be realistic because the F-22 is full of top secret stuff, so that's perfectly acceptable. Even in DCS, the F-22 does not exist. If you want a proper military simulation of a product, go to DCS. If it's released in DCS, generally it's going to be as good as it's going to get. Here in Microsoft Flight Simulator, we don't have that. We don't have the options to, to deploy weapons. That's not one of the things that this simulator is about. But when it comes to products like this, not stealthy, 90% of this, not top secret, and 90% of this helicopter is not top secret. It is out there in the general domain. It will be out there in Flight Simulator, and Blackbird Simulations and Milspec have done a fantastic job with this helicopter. I know there's going to be systems on here like the anti-submarine stuff, the sonar buoys, how the torpedoes work. They're going to be top secret and out of the remit of us here in Flight Simulator. But if we just look at this as a pure helicopter, it is one of the best helicopters here on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I haven't installed it in 2020. I don't know how good it is on that simulator. I will probably install it just to see how good it is. But here in 2024, I think it's fantastic. It's absolutely awesome. I kind of want to see myself challenged with this helicopter. I want to put it on a ship somewhere. I had fun doing that on DCS when I used to do that years ago. But anyway, if you've got any questions or comments about the MH60 Seahawk or Black Hawk or Jayhawk or whatever that hawk you want to call it, please bang them below. I'll drop a link in the description below for where you can purchase this helicopter. It's available, I think it's available on Marketplace now. Not 100%. I know it's obviously available on Milspec's page and Blackbird's page. Blackbird is where I got it from. You do get, like I say, two versions. One is for both simulators on its own, and one is for both simulators and the mission pack. I can't remember what Blackbird call it, but it is the mission pack, which allows you to do all sorts of cool things with this helicopter. It's a little bit extra, but yeah, I'll drop a link for the product so you can go have a look at it. If you're into rotary aviation, check out this helicopter. It really is that good. So anyway, got any questions, bang them below, and I will see you in a future Microsoft Flight Simulator video very, very soon.